Hi guys and welcome back to another video on the wrestling review of the annual. Oh, and we're here with the Raw review. Just briefly before we get into the video, last night Netflix was experiencing a few technical glitches. I don't know if it was on my end or it was more globally, but during the rebuttal to Ludwig Kaiser's Americano, um, the OG America, I know Chad Gable would give his response to his um, challenge Kaiser's Americano said he interrupt the mask of the OG Americano. We didn't really hear the rebuttal, we only heard to the beginning of it before it kind of buffered. So yeah, we can't go into detail about that segment, but before we get into the actual review, Um, I'd just actually like to, I'd just like to actually say to my subscribers that have commented in the past videos, etc. I'd just like to say thanks for the support. Comments always help. And the algorithm, likes, the shares, and the subscribes always help. Um, I have been adding a bit more variety in terms of topic onto the channel as of late. So check those out if you're not a wrestling fan. But so we begin the episode with Brock is not me music after a recap of the Obafemi Brock is now showdown from last week. So him and Heyman marched down to the ring. They look pissed off from last week, and so basically Heyman says to the crowd in Austin, "You're pissing Brock is not off, and the reason why you're pissing Brock is not off is because you're chanting for the fake ruler, and the fake ruler for those of you that are at home as Obafemi. Now, Ari goes on about how many people have tried to conquer Brock Lesnar, Dean Ambrose, John Cena, The Undertaker, um, and The Undertaker Goldberg, and a few others, throughout this promo. The one thing I'd question is, so why is Bill Goldberg slotted in there amongst that company, as he beat Lesnar twice, if I'm correct. He beat him at Survivor Series 2016 in just over a minute. It was basically a squash match, if I remember correctly. Um, and he beat him in that terrible match at the WrestleMania 20. Brock didn't get his revenge till WrestleMania 33. So the or is it 2-1? So again, that's not really where it's not getting the better of Goldberg, really, is it? I don't know if WWE are meaning because the match at Mania 33 had and the retired Universal Championship on the line and Brock beaten. But in any case, that was the some of Brock Lesnar's response. Out comes over Femi. Two have a the two have a raw what looks as though Brock Lesnar gets the bet or if Amy has him up in the 5 over Bill Oxen and goes lines him over the top and the reaction is the under this guy over Femi is the guy you can see you can see the investment WWE have already put into like the likes of Oba, Femi, and Trick Williams. As somebody that seen Oba Femi's rise in NXT, he's limping off an American title run. His two runs with the NXT Men's Championship um, and the matches he had in all of those reigns, and obviously the endorsement from the Undertaker as well on NXT. So this guy, you can tell that they're putting a lot of stuff in, and I just want to actually see him destroy Lesnar at WrestleMania. It doesn't even have to be a long match, just destroy Brock Lesnar and you're the guy, because Lesnar doesn't need to win this match, although dialogue after the confrontation doesn't fill me with much confidence to say Baroque's going into it as a underdog. They basically they basically had him in the on down all his accomplishments in the promo as well, like former UFC champion, former WWE heavyweight and universal champion, former NCAA champion, Balor. So yeah, they fight that, but then they actually pivot after the confrontation and they say, well, Lesnar's under the organ. I just hope they don't feed Femi to Lesnar. But it was a really good opening segment, and then they have put a lot of effort into building Obafemi up. But then we get to then we get then we get to the second match of the night, the Usos versus Division. Now this match ended in disqualification. Logan Paul and Austin Theory were charged by Paul Heyman for um to go after the World Tag Team Championships. I think against the Usos. Um, I, and it looks as though towards the end of the match, Logan Paul's gonna cheat and he goes for the brass knucks. Early Night's music hits. Um, he takes out Logan Paul. He chucks the knucks in for Jay. So hits. Um, so hits Austin Theory. Well, after the DQ loss happens, but we know titles don't change hands in this on a disqualification. Um, so yeah, then you get so then you get Logan Paul back. Uh, so then you get a confrontation with Jay. So and Jay. So and obviously early in the night is not happy. Logan Paul kind of guilt what's about the disqualification when back comes Jail and Jail knocks him out with the brass and knocks not a very good way to capitalize on the good on the good start, although we do get confirmation that the two teams would face off MSG next week in a street fight. Um, but yeah, um, so we'll just see if this is me repeat again, guys, because I don't want the video to actually. So yeah, um, a lot of people are saying that a lot of people are saying that Jay So's an next tribal chief. I know I know serious when that's his line. I thought, but backstage you see, L United and Jericho a bit later on get into a confrontation. Um, early nights are starting to sound like Roman Reigns. Um, um, Jericho. So, so's like, yeah, for what you say about my family. So then Jimmy he says, you better. I'm not saying anything. The Roman's in the building and he's already pissed off. Um, of course, uh, before the tag team uh, Schmeichel actually recaps the point with this feud that I don't give a fuck about between Tom Brady and Logan Paul during some charity American football thing. I don't like American football. I think it's a lot of shite. Um, and I don't like Logan Paul. So yeah, that's potential. Yeah, this potential feud wasn't to do anything for me. Who cares? Then we get to the Becky and then we get to the Becky Lynch promo, and then we get to the Becky Lynch pro almost he said you me you cheer somebody that's been on for 10 years, you cheer somebody that and cheer somebody who had the easy day through the Evers era after a stake through the Evers era and also made the Women's Intercontinental Championship relevant in the most important women's title in the world. Sloan Becky Lynch would then Becky Lynch would then say even other water singing along to the hits light it up. See my AJ out comes AJ she said to what's it going to take for you to get it out my life and that's why and she proposes a challenge for WrestleMania and even and she says to be uh, even she even AJ is her or us favourite wrestler or which I found um which I found funny Becky and with the and the or by saying you can be the best on Raw or SmackDown you but at WrestleMania I'll show I am the man and why I am the WrestleMania Neil welcome to the big time so it's um and and she said what happened to the last time you were at the WrestleMania or the next day you're handing in your resignation. So yeah, yeah, so pretty good. Yeah, yeah, so pretty good promo. I think that the two of them had some pretty good performs back in of the Aspis probably the best exchange both AJ Lane, Becky and Shiva had a sort of promo as a lot better than previous exchanges. Um, but yeah, anyway, anyway, enjoyed the exchange. Um, obviously after should get the wood for Kaiser Americano showing the challenge to the OG Elgara and the Americano. He's actually accompanied by I Ravon Iowa was Americanos. So he actually responds to the question of Byron Saxton who asks him what's it gonna take to enter the as Figgy would you've been Figgy written in triple with and Kieran Monday Night Raw. The OG even stole the theory. Yes, so or spoiler and alert for those who haven't seen Triple A. He says he's going to rip the mask off the original Americano. As I've said, we don't hear the rebuttal from the OG Americano because the Philorax was being funny. Um, so then we get um, even your Iron Bravos head to the OG America. I know you have no culture, you're still in the entity of a Grande Americano. Get to the response and like I don't know where they're gonna go with this obviously. I don't know where they're gonna go with this obviously about who gets on my ass because obviously Kaiser's version is more over in Mexico. He's kind of got the wee faction with Los Americanos, Ryan Bravo, who are Tyler or Bait and Pete Dunne. As I've already said in previous reviews and videos on this channel, but obviously the Chad Able Americanos the more popular of the version over in the States. So interesting times ahead. But I really am enjoying the sort of chaos promotion with Triple A. As seemingly they've kind of slacked off the tier and they chaos promotion with NXT. I do love a bit of chaos promotion stuff. So so all Heyman is asked to age them hands a rematch for um it them it them hands a rematch for or MSG for or MSG for the version up against the Usos. He suggests a street fight. Adam Pearce says he'll consider her and Heyman intends to leave the building after the obviously so Adam Pearce says Heyman will going you requested to the time to confront on Seth Rollins. Heyman appears to be reluctant, but then you see what happens. So, Heyman calls out Seth Rollins after running down the fact that he's in Austin. He's really not having a good night. That he's having appear in a secondary city of Austin. Obviously, human being in New York native, that'll get the New York crowd going. Um, it then holds out Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins jumps up on the announce table, um, jumps up on the announce table after um, Heyman says, well, I used to hear the out showing up, are you kidding me? Um, So the any so the so then local is so openare estem several all and an apparent a human eight is got arrested in an order against several all and um he then sort of several and the author runs down the fact that Hill and she's gonna divorce him is and says it's only had the several Owens or it except for Owens snaps and he hits Heyman in a segment was pretty good of the whole sort of all of the whole sort of evil kind of Ivan Paul Heyman is one of my favourite on screen WWE characters of all time. He is just this fantastic. I of this sniveling with a tool shite that he is, but it's brilliant. So then we get Ale A and Ira up against the Kabuki Warriors after a manic bu- after a manic or all were inside the Kabuki is all to the night from the area obviously ill in a skid wapple over the table. It's Kyrie that gets and ill, you know, Ira but then come be ill, you know, Ira but then come accountant how and Nia Jax and Nia Jackson will also agent for the tag team titles MSG for the women's tag team championships. So this bit is actually so this bit is actually alright now. No, nothing to really write home about. With this match, it sets up the tag team championship match with obviously there is a stable forces obviously in the way he took Romo Bale he gets buried for saying MSG's the world's most famous arena but then and she says me no I now gonna pick up the and the right sort of cheers she had some sort of like a compromise as a big rivalry between Austin and New York. Um, you do get a pre-tape promo dominant and it must the L on and the shows in that Finn Balor got what it deserved and that he's gonna on the Intercontinental Championship from El uh, um from El and um you get and then you and then he's the king of the don't forget that very ill. He on you also get backstage segments of the I show speak I and each of them how to do with the pen shut up he introduces him to Dragon he um so yeah that's and so that's a and I guess I shall speak gets asked by Anhausen he are on the Anhausen I'm not really getting the kind of has a lot of people are getting I think he's kind of aiming the comedy department arch and Archer's like 10 times funnier than the guy, and it's a shame because Dan Housen does come across as a nice guy and like interviews with Chris Vanville and others, but like I just don't really find his brand of comedy funny. I think Archer is the funnier of the two. Uh, um, but yeah, then when you get Javon on Vince versus Kerry Asian, oh, oh, sorry, I almost forgot that this match. He defeats Generation or a top rope Hurricane Anna into the OG. Or, or Javon's going to be on other star. So Patrick Anson, he then gets asked by Iron then about his performance tonight. He says he's got no interest in joining the new day. He wants to become a champion at the age of 21 and above. Even he is very good and he's got a lot of potential. Him and Oba Femi will probably stay for maybe about 10, 15 years maximum as these two along with Trick Williams have that it factor. And then we get to the Intercontinental Championship match between Penta and Dominic Mysterio. Penta gets so and by uh, um, Penta actually the Angel just see how because I don't really I remember the I remember the um I remember the I remember the Finn Bell running and I remember the running before the match Stephanie sort of battles of Morgan's face of the video. Oh, and she slaps Dominic Mysterio before the match. So the um, so yeah, so the end at the start of the match, I see the Dominic Mysterio jump Penta before the match. Mysterio Archer, he controls the match. And Archer, he controls the match for Archer. Idiots. Um, so, so, so then it looks as though Dominic Mysterio's about to put away a pen, and then he hears from Balor's music, Dominic Mysterio gets to distracted, Penta rolls him up and retains, Penta rolls him up and retains, and he then, in the end attacks, the so others are, he, and then he takes either JT McDonald on a shotgun on drop kick, and then um and then hits McDonald with the yeah, or the ass again, and this is going to lead to another WrestleMania match. So yeah, very good segment here. Sorry it took me a while to them but the roll up funny ish from Penn. But yeah, I'm not a bad match here. Oh, funny. She's a typical about Hank, but on the this occasion, I I see why the finish was chosen, and yeah, this will probably lead to a WrestleMania match. It's not confirmed yet. Ioska, Ioska, I in the back actually, he says to Kylie, saying, I see the way he ask Cherry, she you deserve better than that. Uh, I just recall he um I saying that the this point he can ask a shouts I and again it can unuse the use of each other. That was after that was after a schedule was the end, so this is going to on into a feud between the two of them, and so I probably after WrestleMania, and yeah, but yeah, that was a but yeah, that was a good segment, and then we get to the confrontation of CM Punk and Roman Reigns under on the roof is the all CM um so it says here that CM so it's like so I don't know if I don't know if that'll be in the main event tonight to it. Probably it should be, although probably make it Rhodes versus Andy Orton. Jimmy so actually he says be careful or home and he's on the or half and Unc said um Unc said I'm not scared to you reiterates that in his opening Romo asks he says it says Roman can't do anything but I himself in needs all the Samoans to back him up. He can't even be a champion, but I himself that's actually a put opposite Usos and that's actually opposite Usos to um CM Punk says to Jay what gonna do? Are you gonna eat me to death? He reiterates a point that Roman can't get the job done by himself. Out comes man out out comes her own and um out comes her home and he then says to Jimmy, take your brother under and even or thing after I see him on continues to wind up her home in the end but Jada figures and gets in Punk's face. Punk smashes him after I can it's terrible woman and ends destroying Punk Superman on yarn and he powerbomb arms Punk through the table. Punk ends show by laughing at Roman Reigns. Adam Pearce tries to calm down the situation, but to no avail, and then that's how Raw ends. So a pretty um up and down show. Oh, you do get you do get some good parts from um you do get a pretty good opener with Oba and Oban Rock Eston. You do get a decent IC title. Mm, and you do get a good segment here, Trevor, on it. Evans had a decent showing. I think it was a bit harsh by saying it was an up and down show. The Usos versus the Vision I thought was I thought it was really a shit, but overall, guys, I take back that one. I take back the comment before. AJ Lee and Becky Lynch had a decent exchange this week, and yeah. So overall, guys, I'm going to have to did the up points for the technical kill at the start, and I'll deduct points for the disqualification and finish between the Usos and the Vision. So overall, guys, overall, guys, I thought it was cent, and I'll give it a 7.5. I have to deduct, um, I have to deduct a few points for, um, a few points for the technical action and disqualification for any spittle in the Usos and the to in the Usos and the Vision, but yeah, that'll get settled MSG next week, and the Heyman stuff I thought was pretty entertaining, so 7.5 is where we'll leave it today, and remember to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you all tomorrow for the NXT review. And I'll see you all very soon. Let me know your thoughts on the comment section below. Respect one constructive, and yeah, yeah, and a pretty epic one. Is to, a pretty epic one is to end the show. And yeah, I'll see you all very soon. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, and comment down below. Oh, and I'll see you all very soon.